So in this video, we're going to talk about how to stand out from your competition. If you've ever wondered how you're going to compete with the gurus and all the people with the established following in your niche, there's 3 ways to do it, and I'm going to show you how. My name is Brian Elwood. I help coaches and experts grow their businesses to 6 figures. And there's 3 main ways that you can make yourself stand out from your competition. These things are not used nearly enough. I don't think many coaches or experts really understand the fact that you need to spend some time making yourself unique and distinguishing yourself from other people. It's really like the equivalent of like if you were trying to chop a tree down with a rubber mallet or something and it was like almost impossible. That's kind of what trying to break into a niche is like if you don't have any distinguishing factors, if you're a brand new coach, because why should somebody choose you over the competition, right? And when you find a unique angle or a thing that makes you different, it's like upgrading that rubber mallet that you had to a razor sharp axe and chopping down the tree, i.e. cutting into the market, is 100 times easier. So let's quickly go over the 3 big ways that you can do this, and you can decide which one is best for you. The first way is to distinguish yourself via the demographic that you serve. For example, there's a guy who is a colleague of mine, and he escaped his dental practice through real estate investing. He used to be a dentist, became an investor, and he quit his job. And then he wanted to help other people with real estate, but instead of helping anyone with real estate, he chose to focus only on other dentists. And as a result, he did way better. He created a mastermind for dentists, and he had a much easier time filling that mastermind than if he would have targeted it at everyone, because masterminds for real estate are a dime a dozen, but there weren't any just for dentists. And so by limiting your demographic to a certain person, like you could, help accountants lose weight or help lawyers like with their digital marketing or something like that. When you target it at a certain demographic, you might think that you're going to lose the chance to serve everyone. But what actually happens is the opposite. You have a lot easier time getting the one demographic that you did target, and that ends up being more customers overall than if you had kept things generic. And then people are just much more attracted to you. Like if you were a dentist who wanted to invest, aren't you just going to join that dude's mastermind instead of anyone else's? So that's the first way that you can do it, by picking a demographic. The caveat to that one is that the demographic has to be not yet served. Like I serve coaches and experts, right? So there's no way I could be like, I'm the only person helping coaches and experts grow to 6 figures, right? So you have to choose something that, where that demographic has not yet been served. I looked at an example just for the book I'm about to publish. I remember, looking up, I was wondering if anyone has ever helped carpenters create online courses, and I Googled it and there was nothing there yet. So there's an opportunity for you, right? Especially if you are a carpenter or you were and you created an online course, like you could go help other carpenters get their knowledge online and sell it via a course, and it would be a blue ocean. It would be unique. Now the second one, if you're like me, right, and if you serve a demographic that's already being served by 1,000 other people, you use what's called a unique mechanism. And this one's a little bit trickier to learn, but once you do, it's really powerful. And so if you've ever seen a bag of dog food that has, something on it, it says now with NutraBites, and those NutraBites are like little vitamin packed bits in the dog food. Those companies use things like that because they want to stand out from their competition. So they create something unique, a unique mechanism about their physical product. Another one I remember was on duct tape. I saw a roll of duct tape that said now with Hulk strength technology or something like that. And, so when you're looking at that bag of dog food or that duct tape, and you're comparing it to the other ones, you're like, well, the other ones don't have NutraBites or Hulk strength technology, so why wouldn't I buy this one? And so that's what marketers do with physical products to make them stand out. And if you think about it, you've probably seen this general theme over and over where people are like, yeah, I know you've heard about all this other stuff, but this new thing with this new technology or this new whatever, that is the ticket, right? Like you've probably been sold this stuff like in the coaching space, like it's this platform or it's this social media strategy or it's this like webinar funnel, software or whatever that's gonna boom take you to the next level. And so like my unique mechanism, since I already am in a crowded space, is called the Michelin Method. And if you're not familiar with it, basically what I help people with is to back up, I love the show MasterChef, with Gordon Ramsay, and we watch it all the time. Gordon says that the key to great cooking is the ingredients. The ingredients that go into the food are what make it, make or break it, basically. It's not like using some fancy pot or whatever. And when I heard him say it, I was like, oh, that's exactly what I do. That's exactly how I figured out how to make six figures as a coach, was like by knowing like who I serve and having a very specific outcome I can speak to and having a unique mechanism that makes me different, developing a really sexy offer, like all the stuff that goes into the messaging, right? It's like the ingredients that make up the recipe for a successful coaching business. It's not just like having a Facebook group and you'll just get clients. So I created the Michelin Method, and I have a webinar, and I explain the whole thing via like the Gordon Ramsay, basically what I just told you, but I say it more eloquently in a lot more detail. And people were like, aha, I get it. Like that's a new, unique way of approaching how to, crack the code on solving this problem of making six figures as a coach. And of course, there's like overlap between what I teach and what other coaches teach, but I've found what makes me unique, given it a name, given it a unique way of explaining it, linking it to this cooking thing, this other thing that I'm all into in my life. I'm trying to learn how to cook. And that's called a unique mechanism. And so, you can think about now, you've probably seen other coaches use this occasionally too, where they have a method and they have a way of explaining that maybe links to their backstory or whatever. And you really should take the time to slow down and come up with something like this to make yourself stand out in this crowded market. When I run paid ads, my numbers outperform a lot of other people. And I think it's just because a lot of other coaches are not using a unique mechanism in their messaging, and I am. So that's number 2, and that is what most of you will actually end up using because you don't serve a demographic that is not yet served. And you probably don't have number 3 as well, which is what I call a unique method. So not a unique demographic, but a unique actual method. So like one thing you can, like I remember, yoga, is obviously a thing that I love to do. And I remember when they started doing stand-up paddleboard yoga. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Stand-up paddleboard thing you stand on in the water, paddle. But anyways, that's a unique method of doing yoga, right? And so the first people that did that they didn't have to like target a certain demographic or come up with a unique mechanism because the method was actually unique. And the difference between that and a unique mechanism is that methods are more like tangible, right? Like the first time Pilates, or something was like came around, that was a unique method. And you could like succeed if you were like one of the first to teach Pilates. But now it's saturated, right? And so you have to come up with a new thing. Or like you can use something that isn't unique, like Facebook Messenger, let's say, but use it for a unique purpose, like closing real estate deals via Facebook Messenger or something. If that was like your offer, that would be a unique method. I mean, yeah, you're not using Facebook Messenger, is not unique, but you're using it in a unique way to do something that people haven't used that tool to do before. And that is called a unique method. And again, like, my approach, Michelin Method, it's more like there's not like this concrete thing you can see. So I call it a unique mechanism. Whereas like using Facebook Messenger to close real estate deals, Facebook Messenger is like a tangible piece of software that you can see and that you can use, and we all know about it. And so that would be the difference. It's a bit complicated, like the difference between the two, But that's how I see the two. So if you already have like a very unique way, like you're the very first person I'm trying to think of an example on the spot here. Well, like in the dieting world, right? Like all the like the paleo diet and the keto diet and all that stuff, like those were like unique methods that at one time were unique. Like, hey, did you know you can lose weight eating nothing but like avocados or whatever, right? The avocado diet, you could make up something like that. And I do want to say this, like, because you're probably sitting here thinking that, I'm telling you to become like this scammy infomercial salesman type person. Everything that you create, whether it's a unique mechanism or, a unique method or whatever, it obviously needs to be honest and it needs to actually work. You're not just making up stuff to make yourself unique, to sell some copies of your program or whatever, right? It should actually work, and you're really just finding a unique way to spin it. And so don't hear this, because I know like a lot of you coaches, this business means everything to you. It's your mission. It's on your heart. You want it to be authentic. You want it to be aligned. You want it to feel good. Everything should feel good and right. And you don't want to be one of those guys or girls. I get all that. You get to make up your own version of this. You get to take, tried and true marketing techniques, what has worked and has been proven to work for hundreds of years at this point, and then put your own spin on it, but make it feel aligned with you. So don't dismiss this just because it feels like you're becoming an infomercial salesman, right? But we need to honor things like time-tested marketing techniques that work. There's a reason why those infomercials work. And they say this mighty putty now has this technology that makes it stick together, blah, 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 blah. They sell so many of those things because people are like, wow, look at this purple and white putty, and you mix it together and it changes colors and it's so strong. It has this new technology or whatever. It's probably not any better than the stuff you could go buy up at Home Depot or whatever, but they're better at marketing it. And so you can take that same time-tested principle and apply it in your coaching business, but do it in a way that's authentic to you. Like, I like to cook, so I chose a cooking analogy to explain my approach to helping coaches get six figures. And you can do the same for you as well. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope this has been helpful for you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know what you think your unique angle is or what you want it to be. And obviously, if you have questions, let me know those as well. Here's to your freedom and your success, making an income, making an impact. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.